afternoon, everybody. Gosh, can you believe it? 30th of May already. Just where does the time go? It's a bit crazy. It's, yeah, a bit busy. Because, of course, packing and things after being on the shows and stuff at the weekend. But it's all good over here. Hope you're having a lovely day too. And here we go, tile number 347, which I have actually drawn on my sketch pad, and I'm just looking for it now. You know what it's like. Here we go. So, what I've got, you can see I've got one of my new tiles. I couldn't resist, sorry. And I know that you've ordered and they're coming out to you soon, so not to worry. You can use absolutely any tile you like. It really doesn't matter. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to turn over. You notice I've done a little bit of inking on it, and it just brings out that little bit of flecking in there as well. So, really pleased with it. I'm just going to move my camera sort of out of the way a bit. So are we ready? What do I have with me? Coloured pencils, of course. A regular pen pencil tortillon. And I've got a rubber. Might use it, might not. See how it goes. So are we ready for this? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit bigger. And the first thing I want to do is find sort of the middle of my tile. So I'm just going to bring my little ruler in here. Let's do it. I'm not going to draw a line straight across. I'm going to mark it just a bit in where I think the middle's going to be. And then same here, look, from there to there, little mark, okay, in the middle like so. So far so good, easy enough. And I'm gonna now come in and, now I'm gonna have a yellow at the top, pink at the bottom. Yeah, I think so, I think that's fine. Because what I wanna do now is put myself a light line across there, just so I've got something to work to. Okay, easy enough so far, isn't it? So, okay, I'm going to bring in my, oh, no I am. I'm going to do a little line that way just to help me out. Just a little bit. Not all the way across. Just see how that works. Okay. Oh gosh, is it all birthdays all round today? Happy birthday anybody whose birthday it is. Hope you're having a lovely day. Must be quite nice to have a birthday this time of year. Instead of having them all at once at Christmas. All right. Are we ready? So I think first thing I want to do, bear in mind I'm going to have this at the bottom and this at the top. And I want to put myself a little bit of a curve in here. Not completely sort of round. It's going to be sort of more, I don't know, maybe it is a bit rounder. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. A bit of a shape like that. Okay. So on the top of that line and sort of where the centre is, let's go a little bit bigger now. So from there, I'm going to bring in, let's have a look, put a little bit of a curve here this time. Not too worried about length. Let's go down that way. And let's go down that way as well. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bubble on the bottom there. And then down the side, little bubbles forming a little bit of a edge around there. Do the same here. Oh, good afternoon everybody, or good morning if you're in a different country like the States. Hello there, lovely to have you with us. All right, so that's the first sort of little bit. I'm going to draw myself a little loop, but I'm not going to start right at the point. I'm going to start a little bit further in there and come on around, and again I'm not going to touch the top. It's going to sit sort of in the middle bit there. Oh, Wendy, what kind of a car have you had? And what colour? That's more important. It's always nice to know these things. There you go. Let's put some little lines in and bubbles as we go. Bubbles. Lines. And then in here, I'm going to do a little aura in each one of those shapes there. And then join those edges up. So I'm still within that shape. That little sort of design there. There we go, first thing done already. So I'm going to come in with my pencil now. As what I want to do is work on this line. I'm going to go a little bit longer, not larger, longer. So let's have a look at that. Then splitting my space up into, and then same here. Oh, red one, very nice. I love red cars. I do. I don't have a red car at the minute. I've had a couple of red ones. I had a beautiful MR2 actually that was red, and I had to have it repolished because it went pink. Well, that was a while ago. I'm sure cars don't go pink as much these days. You'll be fine. All right, okay. So we've got this sort of sunbursty kind of thing coming out from it there. Okay. So working my way round, I'm going to bring in my pen at this point, as I want to come in with curves from one to the other. One to the other. See, all the way around. Down to there. And the same on this side, one to the other. If it's a different size, don't worry too much. You know, if you really want to make them the same, you could have measured them, but we don't need to do that. You've got that kind of a shape. So, I'm going to bring in the same again. I'm going to do like a little row, just a thin streak underneath there. So again, following the shape and creating these little curves. Going over the top, working our way around to the bottom there. Okay. So inside this little shape here, I'm going to imagine that I've got one section at a time. Oh, I know, Wendy, they were impractical, but they were fun. I'm going to put a bubble in, and then I'm going to put a curve this way, and a curve this way. So I'm sticking within that particular shape there. So let's do the same all the way around. Bubble in, curve that way, curve that way. Bubble in, curve that way, curve that way. So I'm going to start this side actually and then work my way around. But we're going to do that in every one of those sections, keeping within that shape each time. So the bubble goes in first, then the curve, then the curve. Alright, now if you want to put all your bubbles in first, you can do that. But we're going to work our way around along we go. And this one as well. Okay. Along. Oh, I know, Charlotte. We do get really attached to our cars, don't we? We do love them. And then when we have to let them go, I think my most favourite, and Leslie's going to know exactly which one I'm going to refer to, was my Audi TT 3.2 Quattro. It was amazing. But it was getting a bit old and a bit tired. I had to swap it. It actually did used to get all my stuff in the boot though. It's quite a big boot space. But if somebody offered me another one of those, I'd go for it. That's my car of choice, must admit. Absolutely loved it. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to come in now, I'm going to imagine sort of halfway along all these. Let's put that little mark so we can see it. And even on that one, okay. Oh, Viv, I know, they're beautiful, aren't they? Joanne, yes, you can do a macro tile if you want to for the tile wall. It's, I take it you saw the video yesterday. Yes, if you want to do a macro tile for the wall, you are more than welcome. If people are like, what we're about? At Hobby Maker, there's a wall where they've got a lot of tiles, adding to it every day. So if you want to do one, I'm sure Chris has put a post on, because just to make life a bit easier, because people were like, don't really know what to draw, I put a set of instructions out for a tile that's in book 1 and suggested perhaps that you do that one. So Chris has put those out on the Sanntangle group, So if you want to do one and have it on the wall at Hobby Maker, you do it and send it to me, and then next time I go up, I'll add it to the wall for you. Okay, there we go. So I've got these little loops. So the next bit, I want to put some little dots underneath it each time. And so this one, you're just going to get a half one. Oh, Jackie, is that why he's your ex-husband? Shouldn't laugh, but that's just how it came across. Oh dear. John used to bump his head getting into mine, so he didn't actually drive it very much. He's got his own anyway, so that's it. But we're all electric now, so yeah. Good in some ways. Okay, so far so good. So at this point, I'm coming in, I'm going to put a little leafy kind of shape, see, at the end of each of these rows. Work my way around. Just sort of marking them in there. I'm going to get, I'm still going to get a full one in there. Okay. There you are. So I'm going to now start at this side. Let's just go a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go from here and create a bit of a curve to there. And again. And again. And I'm going to keep going all the way around with that little shape. And that. And that. See? All the way around. So then I'm going to come back. Let's have a look at this. From this point, but instead of going all the way across, I'm going to sort of bring it so it looks like it's going underneath. See? It's underneath. Just giving it that little bit of a curve there. See how it just sort of fits in? And then I'm going to fill that bit in with some ink. And just sort of come in and colour. You don't obviously have to use black if you don't want to. You can use any colour you like. And what did we think yesterday of the spritzing technique that I used with the new stamps? Didn't it look good? I think Dave was pretty impressed. It really does work. It's really effective. It's lovely. Again, so far so good. Okay. So let's have a look at these shapes in here. And again, I'm going to come in and put a bubble in the middle of each one. And there. And this one. And then of course, as I get to this corner edge, oh, so yes, watercolour and cheat, absolutely. But you know, in its own right, it's not a cheat, it just looked good. And yeah, it looked really good, didn't it? And of course, if sometimes you don't want to spend all your time colouring it, or you think, do you know what, it's going to take too long and I really need to get this card out, you can do that and then just go back in and add a couple of hints with your coloured pencils if you want to. It doesn't matter where we start here. I'm going to come in this way, put a curl, right in this way, and put a curl. Jane's stamping platform, I must admit I've got a Tim Holtz one. Honestly, there's a lot on the market and everybody, you know, uses whatever they want to use. But I sort of think I've got one, so I don't need to get another. So I can't honestly say whether it's better or worse than any others. I just know it does the job for me. But I'm sure they're all just as good. But that one does get chucked around in the car and it's pretty robust. Let's see, it's just one I've had it for a long time. I'm sure you could tell. There we go. So far so good. So as before, I'm going to fill in these little gaps with a little bit of ink there. brush with this. Just sort of enjoy using a bit of ink in with those. And there. And into that one. Let's have a little look at that. Okay, so you can see we've got a little bit of detail coming in there. That's quite nice. So what I want to do now is I'm going to come in, see we've got these lines. I'm going to imagine that bubble, because I want to have slightly thicker lines, like so. Oh, Jane, we've been packing today, so they're on their way. They're really nice set of stamps and things. I think my team did good. Okay, you see, it's adding these little lines in there. And there we go. And just a part one there. Okay. So let's now again, you could do this any way. You don't have to do it the same way as me. I'm going to put like a little S in there. So imagine here you've got a part one. Along and along. You see each one. Now if you wanted to, you could do them alternatives. But I'm keeping in with my sort of theme today and sticking with them all being the same. So that's going to be a part one. And then I'm going to thicken up the middle just a little bit, like so. Right. And along we go. Just sort of keeping it going. Little bits. It's a little bit thicker. So we've got that little bit of drama going on, haven't we, today, with those blacker sections there. Now let's have a look at the middle sections of these. I think the first thing I'm going to do is at the bottom here, I'm going to come in with dots. Now don't rush this, and don't sort of try and do it with an angled pen. Try and keep it upright if you can. And I know this feels a bit weird, but honestly, once you get used to it, it does give you, it sounds really daft, a better quality dot. And I know I sound daft saying that, but it does. Gives you a better quality dot. Oh, Sheila, you're more than welcome. It was good fun, wasn't it? I think we're going to have to do it again. Let's putting that in. And can I just say, actually, it was our good friend Chris as well, Chris Atkinson, does have a Tangled picture in that book. He's part of us. So he had the opportunity to add as well. We're not going to tell you which one. That's top secret. But yeah, they all did a little bit. Maybe I should give them a little bit more time next time. No, it was good fun. It was nice to do. Yeah. See, adding those little dots in there. And the next one. I think with regards to deliveries, I think Sarah's worked on the Sewing Street ones today, because of course that was from Saturday. So over the next few days she'll be on the Hobby Maker ones. They'll be out to you soon. I know, Sheila, we tend to work close to the edge sometimes, but just look what we do under pressure. Okay, so look at that. There you are. See this one? I think it needs a little bit more over here. And because I've got that ink colour in the background, it's just giving it a little bit more of a shade there. Okay, there we go. So, looking at my top section now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring an extra curve in. But you see it's not touching the sides. So we can work our way all the way around. All the way around. Okay, so we've got that line in. going a little bit bigger now. What I want to do is imagine where the middle is. And I want to put myself a little shape in with a bubble. A little shape with a bubble. And I'm going to keep going. The bubble. And a bubble. See, I'm going to go back to the sides here, the side, and some more in, and sort of keep it going there. So I've got these little shapes in there. Okay, I'm going to now thicken up two sides, not way around. See, two sides. Now again, I'm not going to worry about where the sunshine's coming from and the shadow and everything. I'm going to use those two sides and I'm going to continue it all the same, all the way around. All the way around. Okay. So far so good. Hello Carol, lovely to speak to you. Nice to see you again, or see you or hear you or read you.
Tea or hot chocolate?
Oh, decisions.
See, you don't normally ask somebody making decisions.
I don't know. Oh, tea, please.
Hi, guys.
Leslie's in the house. Yeah, she's ruling with an iron rod today. In that manufacturing area. Nothing's getting past her. She's on fire. Okay. So let's have a look. Next bit. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do a bubble just slightly bigger. I'm hoping you've left a bit of space here. Oh, everybody says hello, Leslie. Don't think Tommy feels the same.
He loves me really. I gave him Sunday lunch on Sunday.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm going to start with a little line. All the way almost to the bottom. Let's do one real close. Real close.
Really.
Yeah, you keep thinking that. Oh, I'm sure he does. Okay, let's do another. There we go. And another. I don't think we'll ask him in public though. Oh dear. Put it this way, his desk is clean. Leslie's been in there. Alright, let's do a couple. You notice I've left a little bit of a space.
I am making him a cup of tea.
Yeah. I want to make it just a little shorter. Okay. Oh, Nadia, she knows. She knows.
What's Nadia saying?
She says she always says hello to you.
I know, Nadia, I know.
Yeah.
I do see it later. It's too late now.
Yeah, she can't answer then. I'm going to do it this way as well, you see? So sort of taking that curve slightly in a different angle. Just we want to see those little bits underneath as well. Notice I've sort of sides at the middle there. I've got those. Okay, there we go. So let's have a little look at this. There we are. I'm going to bring in a little bit of a curve here and a little loop. And then I can come off of that curve and do another little loop. And let's do another. And we'll do one off of there, look. See? So we want one sort of coming this way as well, don't we? So let's bring it this way as well. And coming off of there. You see, now this I've got to decide whether I'm going to go behind or underneath. Now underneath, look, I'm going to see a bit of it there. And a little bit peeking through there. And maybe some of it coming up through there. similar thing. When I say similar, don't try and repeat it. You're never going to get it like that. Unless you trace it. We're not doing that with a tile.
Sorry.
Oh, do you know? Okay, let's put one up here. I can honestly say that's my fault because I have loose leaf tea. I don't make it. I know I don't make it easy for you, do I? Yeah, chocolate would have been easier for you. Thank you.
Well, you wouldn't have got all the banging. That's very pretty.
Thank you, babes. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, Viv, I know. Oh, just a couple of little ones, look. Sort of coming off the bottom there. All right. Okay. Maureen she's in that kind of a mood today. It's, yeah, she's really going to town. Okay, so at this point, we've got to decide what we're going to colour, if we're going to colour, and what we're going to use our pencil or regular pencil for. I think first things first is let's remove any lines that we can see because we don't really want them in there anymore. Okay? They're not necessary. Alright. So, I think I'm going to, any of the bubbles, I think that's going to be a really nice one to do with coloured pencils. So if I bring them over, let's have a look. Now, because I've used sort of a pink and an orangey yellow here, I use the colour clouds. If you don't know what they are the inks from Creative Expressions. So I might as well bring in, I've got my two pinks, look. There we go, mid rose and light rose. And I'm going to use, let's have a look, my light orange, because you see it's got a bit of a colour similar there. And a couple of choices here, let's have a look. I'm going to go with citrus, or I could go with light summer yellow. I think light summer yellow, okay? So I've got that sort of set of two combinations. So first things first, I'm going to do down here sort of with the pinks. I've got my darker colour, adding a little bit in there, just a little bit, see, let's go in a little bit more. Now, if you want to actually do this with your regular pencil, go ahead and do that, that's fine. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to add a little bit of colour. See, this darker pink is going in sort of at that top end there. Adding that little bit of depth, okay. Bringing in that lighter one, so it's my light rose, and adding just a touch of it. This time I'm going to come on those sections there. See? Let's sort of bring it in a bit. There we go. Okay, so top and bottom of those. And then I'm going to bring my light orange in. And add a little bit of that in there as well. Just sort of all over. Not trying to blend it completely. I've got a little bit in there, you see. And then I'm going to bring that light summer yellow in and go over. There you go. So I'm not really using a white in there. I'm going to go in straight with. As cool. See, I've left a little bit of the tile underneath. You can see it there. Just gives it a little hint. Let's have a little look at that. There you go. Look at the sort of a hint there. Okay. So the mid rose again, and I'm going to come in and do all the bubbles along there. Same sort of thing. A little bit there, and then just sort of. There we go. Okay. Oh, do you know it does? Yeah. Fruit salad sweets. There you go. It's been a while since I've had one of those. Okay. I don't have such a sweet tooth anymore. Yeah. And then again, instead of using the white we would usually, I'm going to come in with that summer yellow. I'm going to add some of that in instead. So it's sort of giving it a little bit of a glow, but without using the whites and highlight there. Of course, you could come in and use a white gel pen if you wanted and add that in. Yeah, see, that's quite nice. All right, I think as well in the middle there, let's have a look. I'm going to use that mid-rows again. Let's come in and add some at the bottom there. Now again, I could use top and bottom and have the highlight in the middle, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come in with that lighter pink and then my lighter orange. There you go. You see, just put them in together, not really pressing on. And then around we go. And put that yellow in. Okay. So then if I come in with my regular pencil and put that in there. Okay, 1 second. And I'm going to bring some pencil in those there. You see it's a little bit higher, gets lower and goes a bit higher again. So it's sort of coming slightly more up the line there, each side. And then in there, along we go. Just on that one side. Okay. So then tortillon. I want to just very gently push that up. You see, just into the shape there. I'm not going to go all the way up, because we want to see that tile underneath. There we go. Okay. Alright. See, sort of pulling it up little bits. There we go. And this one. You see? And then this little bit here, just push it along. We just want to go part way. So I'll go up a little bit bigger. Second. There you go. So you're still seeing a little bit of that tile underneath. And of course, if you inked it, you're going to sort of get a little bit of a difference in colour as you work your way around. So taking my time there. There we go. Let's have a look. All of those done. So I think I am going to bring my white pencil in on those sections there. So let's see if I can find it in my little folder here. I do have one somewhere. Yes, there we go. So just bringing that highlight back in there on those edges. Okay. And, just adding a touch in. That's better. Just gives it that little bit of a highlight. Now you see here where I've gone over my line. It's not a problem. I'm going to bring my pen back in. Just very gently go over the top and just sort of do these little lines as I'm going around, just to neaten them up a bit. I might as well do those two as well. Okay, let's have a little look at that. Okay, almost there. I'm going to bring in my pencil again, and this time I'm going to come not on the shape there, let's go a bit bigger, but just underneath it. Oh, just underneath it, see? Just underneath it. Just following a little bit. See, I'm not completely following the line all the way around. A little bit there too. Sort of underneath. See, some of them I'm just going to sort of go there. I'm going to take two lines, some not so much. Just a little bit of a gesture, really. And then a little bit underneath there. Okay. And there. Just ever so gently, let's just give that a little bit of shadow. And there. Now I could go in there and do it, but they're really quite small, so I'm not going to worry too much. And then here, any of those little bits of pencil, just softening off. So I can do that without even having any under. There's enough on the tortillon for that. a little bit there. And into this one. So we just sort of soften it off, and then your eyes do the rest. You imagine that it's a little bit of shadow. So just keep it light. Look at that. And then just to sort of finish off a little bit, let's just pull a little bit down there, nothing much. A little bit under there. And I think I'm going to go back in. You see that tiny little bubble there? Just going to add a little bit of pink in there. I'm not going to overdo it. And these top bits, I'm going to fill it completely with that darker pink mid-rose to give that a bit of an edge. Okay, there we go. So last thing to do is, are we awake out there? Is to put our signature on it. There we go. And there we have our very first tile on the new colours. This is the lovely quartz kind of flipped colour. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? And there we go. So whatever colour you want to do, whether you want to go onto a macro, whether you want to draw it any way you like, really, you can ink it, paint it, whatever you want to do. You could even draw it with a pen and then try the new spritzing technique with the brush fine liners. But any way you go with it, just have a bit of fun and enjoy it. So I will leave you with that and the nice weather and doing whatever you're doing. And I will see you back here on Friday at 2 o'clock for tile 348. Okay, everybody, have a good one. Enjoy this one, and I'll see you soon. Take care then. Bye.